Okay, so I got few replies. So I just want to know from everyone. So 26 students are there. I need 26 reply now. Okay. So everyone has to join with your name. Okay. So you are almost engineers. So ensure that what identity you are putting while joining the meet. So that you should be aware of. From next time I will be locking the whole session. Okay. And then if such thing is happen, I will not allow that particular student into my lecture. So from next time I will be locking the session. So just ensure that you will join with your original name. Okay, so this is what is the program. So you have a Gauss function upper back. So this you was using it. Okay, so now what I do, I start with a basic concept. Okay, so actually you must be aware of object oriented programming language. If you are aware of objects oriented programming language, then the task becomes pretty simple. Okay, but since your what you say skill related to programming is very little, so I'm going to go with the function oriented, and of course those function oriented going to pose some problem, and that assumption you have to made it somewhere. Okay, but if any of you interested to work around any of the programming language at the higher level, I may conduct additional session if you are interested. Okay, so you name any programming language, I can take it. So first is the k. So I just declare variable k, capital K I use it. Okay, so this is my global stiffness matrix. This is what I'm going to require it. Okay, so I'm going to create a global stiffness matrix, and each individual element matrix I'm going to add it into global stiffness matrix. So first task is only this. Okay, so for that I need to initialize the matrix K. So I am very well aware of my global stiffness matrix K. Its size is dependent on the number of the nodes. So if the number of nodes are 3, then global stiffness matrix is degree of freedom into number of nodes. That is what we have done in numerical, and here in this case degree of freedom is always 1. So my size of global stiffness matrix equal to number of nodes. Okay, so therefore I accept the number of nodes as a n from the user. Okay, so this plus sign indicates convert into number. Okay, so I'll have the message enter number of nodes. This is what is my message. Okay, so each in a higher programming language understand all the inputs as a string. What do you mean by string? String is a sets of characters like your name. Okay, like maybe Amay, Shreya, Shruti, Arohi. So your name consists of various alphabets. Okay, so it's a set of alphabets. So set of alphabet is called as string. So higher programming language also understands number as alphabet. So if you put 10, so it is understand it consists of alphabet 1 and alphabet 0, and we need to convert into numbers. So to convert into numbers, I require this plus sign additionally in front of my prompt. Prompt is what? In front of the user, a dialog box will appear, and in that dialog box it will show a message, enter number of notes, and there user will enter the number of notes. Once the user enters the number of notes, what we do, we initialize global stiffness matrix with all elements 0. Okay, what we do, we initialize global stiffness matrix all elements with all elements as 0. So I just go above, okay, and I create a function, and function name is init stiffness. Okay, so this function I created, and it accepts the argument in just hold on a minute. सर थोड़ा लेक्चर मध्ये थोडा नाही करू एक तासाभराने. हां बरं. Okay, function init stiffness n. So I am going to have a very simple logic. For I equal to 0, I should be less than n, because I starts from 0, so therefore always less than n, or else it will have an additional number because it starts from 0. And there are many ways actually you could do it, but I want to make it as a simple, so I am doing in this way. Okay, so there are some direct methods also available. So what I am going to do here, so I need variable k, so it should be below this. Okay, and then what I will do, capital K of I of j. Okay, all elements from 0 to n, that will be equal to so k of I equal to this, and k equal to this. So this declares empty array one dimensional, this declares empty array two dimensional. So from one dimension to two dimension we have to go. So what we are doing, we are looping around all the matrices up to n, and we are initializing global stiffness matrix to be all 0. Okay, so let's save this, and then I go to this. Okay, so just let me know whether my Chrome browser is visible to you or not. Okay, so what I do, I press F12. Okay, now I have inbuilt program which I have created. So what I am going to do, I am going to type capital K. No, sorry, I need to reload this. So I will just reload this. So 53 line. Okay, I put semicolon here by mistake. I hit save. Then go to Chrome. I just reload it. Okay, so now you could see there is a pop-up in front of me. This page says that enter number of notes. Okay, so if I enter, let us say 4. Okay, and if I click OK, so what it will do, it will create the key. But did I display the K? No. So what I do, I just type capital K, and why it is undefined? Okay, so I did not call initiate, so I need to call that function also. Sorry. Okay, so init stiffness, and I need to pass n. So I need to call, once I created a function, to use it I need to call. So therefore now I am calling that function. I just hit save and reload it. Again it will prompt. So I'll put 3. Okay, cannot read property 0. At init stiffness 62. What is n? Let me see first. N is equal to 3, correct? Okay, sorry. So there is a trouble between small letter and capital letter. Okay. Okay, fine. So few things you have to make the changes. 3, enter. Okay, so there is no, so I just type K capital. So I could see there is a array. Okay, and 3 by 3 array, and I have the all the elements 0. Okay, so just let me know whether you understood this or not, or you have a query. I could explain again. You may take a snapshot of this. So this is how initialize all the arrays to be, all the array element to be 0. If you understood it, type U in short, or else if you have a question you can type. Okay, so ROE has a problem, fine, no issue. So I declare a variable K, then I ask the user to enter a number. Okay, so that number is any number of nodes. Once n is there, then it will call this function init stiffness n. So I know the value of n is 3. So this 3 will be transferred because I am calling this function. So I am calling this function means this function will call, and the value of 3 whatever is here, that will be transferred to this. So this n becomes now 3. Okay, and then K will be initialized as an empty array in one dimensional form, and then this is the loop. So I equal to 0. You know array has a I and j. Okay, and each one dimensional array I am going to convert into 2 dimensional array. So what I am saying, 0 0 is 0, 0 1 is 0, 0 2 is 0, then 1 0 is 0, 1 1 is 0, 1 2 is 0. So in this way this I and j I am going to get varied, and then I am going to get all the elements K as 0. So I hope you understood it. Just let me know. This is very important. If you have any problem, just ask. Again I will explain. ROE, I hope you got the thing, or let me know. I will again go through it. No problem, no issue. If you did not get it, just let me know. Okay, very good. Don't have a fear of programming. It's nothing else. I am a mechanical engineer. I know more than 32 programming languages, so it's not that difficult. Okay, fine. So now once the stiffness is created, now I will ask. So I know number of nodes. So number of node is n. That means number of elements are less than by 1. Okay, so 3 nodes mean 2 elements. So you can think about a problem. There was a previously we have solved one problem with 2 elements, so it was having a 3 nodes. So number of element will be always less than by 1 by the number of nodes, or you can say number of nodes is greater than total number of greater than 1 by to the total number of elements. Okay, so let's find out number of elements first. Okay, so I just call this as a any variable that refers the number of elements, that will equal to number of nodes minus 1. So I'm keeping this formula, or I could directly use it n-1, that is not the issue. But when we are going with higher programs for higher order elements, and in that case we might get into trouble, and this relationship in that case is going to change later on. Okay, and if we make this change in this relationship, our program will automatically change. Okay, fine. So now I need to ask the user enter the number of parameters, okay, like area, modulus of elasticity, and the length. So these are the three important parameters which we have to accept it from the user. Okay, and then when the user just provide this, I can create the elemental stiffness matrix, and then I can add it into a global stiffness matrix. Okay, so first thing, so I'll say for, okay, because I need to accept that many number of elements. For I equal to 0, I less than ne. Okay, so I am starting from 0, so therefore I am going less than. So for that many number of elements, okay, please enter parameters like area and length. Okay, so I just, what I do, I just copy paste this here, and I call this as a so that will be enter area. Okay, then again I copy paste it, I use capital E, enter. To save the time, I am just typing a E colon. Okay, so understand modulus of elasticity. You could use full specification, and I am going to ask LE. So that is the enter length of element. Okay, so this is what I am going to do it. So this is for the one thing. Okay, so now I got the area, I got the E, I got the LE. Now next thing is I need to prepare a local stiffness matrix. But remember, I don't know the row and column indices. I don't know the row and column indices. Is that clear? And therefore there is a problem. Okay, so I call the there is a problem. So what I assume in one dimensional, that always I am going to start from 0th node. Okay, so first element will be always connected to 0 and 1 node. The second element will be connected to 1 and 2 node, and the third element will be always connected to 3 and 4 node. So this is what is the assumptions in it. Okay, so this is I am going to assume, and therefore I am not going to ask from the user. Later on we are going to modify. First we are going to write the program into simplified form. When we will work with higher order elements, then slowly we will build up the program. Okay, you could create a full solver like ANSYS. Okay, there is absolutely no issue. ANSYS solves only Gauss elimination method. That's it. Okay, it does so many iterations, apply boundary condition, and that's all it. You could do it on your own. Okay, so now, this is my assumption. So it starts from first element will always start from 0 to 1. So I create a its global stiffness matrix directly instead of creating a local. So now I know the global stiffness matrix is generated by K. Okay, so first element is 0 0. Okay, so this is the 0th element. So it starts from node number 0 and goes to node number 1. So therefore 0. Okay, and here in this case I. Okay, so this is diagonal element. So I am going to add plus equal to. Plus equal to means you keep adding on it. Its equivalent is this. So I just write this equivalent and then I will convert into shortcut. Okay, plus. Now what I am going to add? A into E divided by LE. Okay, so this is my first. Okay, so just try to understand, then later on I will shift to tablet and I will explain you. So when I is 0, what I'm going to get? 0, 0 as AE by LE. So try to write down on your pen paper, okay? Or maybe, how should I do? Okay, so I'll use paint. Okay, so this is my stiffness matrix, okay, and I divide this. So I'm going to create global stiffness matrix, which is of 3 by 3. Okay. So initially this will be my K1, and I know K1 equal to AE by LE, and this will be minus K1, this will be minus K1, correct? So if I check the number of this, okay, so in terms of computer, instead of saying 1 1, it is 0 comma 0, okay. So my value of I is 0 0, so therefore I can write I comma I, and this will be 0 comma 1, okay, and this will be 1 comma 0, and of course here K1 will be there, okay, and this element is 1 comma 1. Is this clear? So I am going to add into global stiffness matrix with the help of 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0 and 1 comma 1. So this is what is my objective, and K1 is AE by LE. Okay, so this is what I got it. I hope paint was visible to you. Yeah, fine. Okay, so I is 0 initially, so therefore this becomes 0 comma 0, okay, and it is already storing 0 values. Okay, I need to add it, so therefore this equal to 0, because initially I initialize all k as 0, so this 0 plus K1. Okay, so this is how I becomes my 0 0. Now what is my 0 0? My 0 0 becomes K1, because previously it was 0, now 0 plus K1, it becomes K1. Okay, so that is what I am going to get. So just let me know whether you understood this line or not. Okay, if you understood it, type 58, because it's line number 58. Okay, great. Now I just copy this line and paste it 4 times, because I need to assign 4 values. So if you see this value, this value, this value and this value, so 4 values are there. So I just copy and paste it 4 times. Okay, so next will be I plus 1. Okay, so if I is 0, this becomes 1. So this becomes, now I go for shortcut. Okay, so I don't want to do this, I want to go with shortcut. So I just write plus equal to. So the meaning of this is this, so you save the time. Okay, so both the line means same, only the where it is storing, that is the different, I plus 1 n. Okay, so you could use this plus equal to, that's a shortcut for this whole set of line. Okay, that is what I am going to do now. Plus, I am going to delete this, also I am going to delete this, and I will say okay. So for this it is going to be minus, if you remember it is minus K1. Okay, for this also it is minus, and for lastly it is plus. So this is I plus 1, this is also I plus 1. Okay, so now this becomes 1 0, this is 0 1, assuming I is 0, this is 0 1, this is 1 0. Okay, and now finally I want 1 1. Clear? That's it. Okay, now that's done. From here control goes to here, that is at the I. Now value of I becomes 2, oh sorry 1. Previously I was 0, now I becomes 1. Okay, so 1 is less than 2. It's correct because I have the 2 number of elements, so it is correct. Then again what it will do, it will ask you new area, new elasticity, modulus elasticity, and the length of an element. Okay, this is what it is going to ask me again. Now once it asks me what I am going to initialize here in this case, this is I is 1 now, so this becomes K11. Okay, K11, what it means, previously add to the previous element. So whatever the previous value of K11, you additionally add this. So this is for the element 2 now I am doing it, and therefore this represent K2. Okay, so how it becomes, previous K plus new K2. So it is located at 1 1. So from paint what is going to happen, previously it was K1, now plus K2 will be there. Okay, because this K1 is stored already in location 1 1, and that is what I am using here again. Okay, so now just let me know whether you understood this line 58 again. So you could type again 58 understood, 58 use, something like this. Chala, I got 2 replies only. Come on fast. Okay, so now this becomes 1 2. Okay, now 1 2 is this one, and it is minus K2. This is 1 2. Okay, and then this is, why this error? Okay, here plus 1 I forgot, plus 1. Now this is 1 2, okay, which is minus, this is 2 1. Okay, because I is 1, so 2 1, so 2 1 is this one. Okay, so this is 2, so 2 1 is this one, so this is minus K2. Okay, this is 2, this row is 1, this is 0, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, so I want 2 1, so this is minus K2. Okay, then I will have finally 2 2, which is positive. Okay, where it is, this one, so this is K2. Okay, so I got a habit of writing with the mouse now. Okay, good. So this is K2. So in this way I could get my global stiffness matrix. Okay, so that is how I am going to get the global stiffness matrix. That is very clear. Okay, so I just save it and let's hit run, and whether it's working or not we can check it. Okay, so I reload it again. I need to reload. Okay, number of elements, number of nodes 3. I go for 3. Let's area of first element is 100 mm square, which we have solved some problem. I don't know about the length. Okay, you can verify it, or I have to open word editor again now. Okay, modulus of elasticity 2e5. I put it in this way. Its meaning is 2 into 10 to the power 5. Okay, I suppose it should take it. If not, then I have to enter the full. Let us see whether it take it or not. length of the element I keep it as a 200. Both the element I'll keep it as a 200. Okay. Now area of second. So area of second I put it 50. Modulus of elasticity I could keep it same. You could change it at to 70 GPa. Then length of element again I put it 200. Okay. I hit enter. So it has solved. But now I type capital K and let's see what I got it. Okay. So you could see some 10,000 minus 10,000 minus 10,000. Here I got 15,000 because it is added. Okay. It could be a 5,000, whatever you say. Minus 5,000, minus 5,000 and 5,000. So this is how the global stiffness matrix is created. It's a very small thing. Okay. If you are able to write the object oriented, nothing like it, you could create whole meshing algorithm very easily. Okay, without much effort. So presently just we are creating. So you know how to create the graphics. We know how to draw the line. We have studied in CAD. So you could also create a meshing. Some or other day I will show you how you could create your own meshing. Okay. So just let me know whether you understood this or not, how you got the global stiffness matrix. Come on, fast. So you can type GU, something like this, short way. Global stiffness matrix understood, something like this, short way. Okay. So just don't fear of programming language. See, mechanical engineers can do wonders in programming. Okay, ANSYS, CATIA, ProE, all these softwares are developed by mechanical engineers only. Okay, computer engineer cannot do it because he don't know how to design the gear, how to design the mechanism. It's up to you. You are mechanical engineer, you know things. So what you have to learn a good programming language which can solve your problem. Okay, so now I did the creation of global stiffness matrix. That's it. Now once I did it, I have to use penalty approach. Now to use penalty approach, I need to ask user, okay, which nodes are fixed. I need to ask the user which nodes are fixed. That is what I want to ask from the user. Okay, so now user can specify one node is fixed or maybe two node is fixed. So in one dimensional there is only two possibilities. Either one is fixed or both ends are fixed. Okay, it could be also possible that second is also fixed and first is free. So these are all the possibilities what we can have it. Okay, so fixed one is either first one or last one or the both one. Now we'll ask the user whether first is fixed or not. If it say yes, we fix the first. We'll again ask the user, is the last node is fixed or not. If he say yes, we will also fix that one. So in this way we'll take care of first fixed, second fixed or both the fixed. So for that we'll create two variable. Okay, fixed one, fixed two. So I create a variable called as fixed one, which is responsible for fixing a 1. So by default its value is 1. By default its value is 1. That it means that it is free to move. If I put it 0, that means it is fixed. By default it is free to move. Var fixed n I called it. N means the last node is also free. It is also free by default. Okay, and then I will ask the user whether these two what you think about this node, is that is fixed or that is free. So therefore I just copy and paste this, so I don't need to type full statement. 1 2, and here I can say fixed one and I can say enter 0 for fixed, 1 for free. So this comment I can display. Similarly, I copy this same comment and paste it here. Okay, so of course this is for the fixed n. So that is the last node. So I am very well aware of what is going to happen. Okay, that's fine. So this is my boundary condition, and of course first is fixed. Then according to penalty approach, in first location add C. Okay, add C in the first location. So therefore I declare a variable called as C, and I call its value to be 10 E8. So I am taking very large value. Instead of 10 E8, I will call this 10 E10 also. Doesn't make any difference. So we have seen that you multiply 10 to the power 4, 5, 6. Okay, for that I need to find out the maximum value of Kij, and that for that we require one separate algorithm to finding the maximum value from the Kij. So presently leave it. We will not going to find out. Okay, we want to make it our program very simple. Later on we will see how to find out the max Kij. What we understand, the value of C should be very large. That is the first thing. Okay, so my value of C is 10 e to the power 10. This value is very large as compared with whatever the maximum value of Kij that is going to occur. Okay, assume it, this is going to be, of course this is a very large value, 10 to the power 10. Okay, so larger than this value may not be there. So I am assuming this large. You could also change it if you feel that okay this could be become small. You take it as e raised to power 15. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, so presently I am going to take 10 to the power 10 into 10 to the power 10. So C is large. Later on we will see logic of max Kij. Okay, so this is what is done. So now what? I am going to have decision making statement if, okay, if what, my fixed one, okay, equal to 0, not equal to, when I say fixed one equal to 0 means make the value of fixed one to 0. Okay, this is like this. Fixed n equal to 1 means store 1 into fixed n. If I want to compare whether they are equal or not, in that case I have to use equal to. I cannot write this in comparison. The meaning of this, assign 0 to the fixed one. That is not my purpose. My purpose is I want to check whether fixed one stores the 0 or not. So therefore equal to. Okay, so if that is the case, I need to add C at the location of 1 1. So therefore capital K 0 1 1 means, because array starts from 0, so everything will shift to K 0 0 plus equal to C. Okay, so that is equal to this plus this equal to C. So that is the shortcut. So I am just going to add a C. That's great. Now same thing for fixed n. Okay, and I know last node number is n, number of node is n. So instead of 0 0, I'll put n and n. That's it. So my global stiffness matrix is perfectly created with penalty approach. Now what remains? Solving by Gauss elimination method. That's it. And if I know it is going to return x. Okay, so what I call this now? Q equal to capital Q equal to, I need force also now. Okay, I need force. Okay, so I'll ask the user to provide the force. So I declare a variable var capital F, which will be array. Okay, then for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So on each node I am going to ask what is the force. Let us say 5000 Newton is applied at the last node, that is at the node 3. So therefore capital F I is equal to plus prompt, okay, enter force. This is what comment I will display. Okay, now you could also display the comment in the way that so that the some additional text will appear here. In this case, let us say I want maybe at which node. So enter force, okay, say node, and then plus I. If I display something like this, so I get on which node 1, node 2, node 3. So that that text I will get it. Okay, so I just hit save. Okay, so let's run this and whether we can see whether we are getting K and whether we are getting F or not. Okay, so what I do, I just reload this. Okay, enter number of nodes 3. So 2 area 100, modulus of elasticity 2E5, length 200, okay, area 50, E 2E5, length again 200. Okay, 0 fixed, so I'll say okay, 0 for fixed and 1 for free. This is for the first node, so I'll fix the first 0th node, or that is first node 0. Is it free? Yes, it is free. For last node is free, so 1. Enter the force at node 0. You could see, I could see, enter the force at node 0. So no force is applied at node 0. No force is applied at node 2, and at node 2, that is at the last node, I am applying a force of 5000 Newton. That's it. So now let's check the value of capital K. Okay, so now I got this as a capital K. Okay, see, I fixed it first, but automatically the higher value is added. Then I'll check the capital value of F. Okay, so you could see my force matrix is also prepared very well. There is absolutely no issue at all. Okay, so 0, 0, 5000. So it's just a matter of using a Gauss elimination method. So I write capital Q is equal to Gauss. Okay, so I just forget what it going to need. You need a coefficient matrix, it need constant matrix. So my coefficient matrix here in this case is K, and my constant matrix is here in this case F. Okay, semicolon. That's it. Now what I could do, I just could use console. If I want to display, instead of going and typing there, I could use console.log. Okay, and I could say log capital Q. Okay, that's it. I just hit save, and then I go here and reload it. Okay, so enter the number of nodes 3, enter the area 100, enter the E2, E5, enter the length say 200, enter second area 50, 2E5, second E, length is again 200. First is fixed, so therefore 0. Second is free, therefore 1. Force at node 0 is 0. Force at node 1 is 0. But force at node 2 is 5000. Okay, so if I apply that, I get Q. So Q1 is very small, that is nearly 0. At Q2 is 0.5 and Q3 is 0.15. So you could solve this. Okay, you could solve this manually and you compare, or whatever the solved numerical is this, you try to find with the help of this. So you will get these kinds of displacement. Okay, now what remains is to find out the stress. Okay, so how many elements are there? NE is represent number of elements, and that many what you say I need to find out the stresses. Okay, so therefore for stress I use var sigma. Okay, I just use var sigma, and I declare as an empty array, and then for I equal to 0, I should be less than number of element, because it's a element stresses, that many stresses I have to find out, I plus plus. Okay, so sigma I, first element I. Okay, E B Q, so same E is there, so now I did not store the value of E. Okay, so E is there. Now if different E is there, that is the problem. So this is what happens when you do not use object oriented programming language. Okay, okay, let it be. So presently we'll use E, so we have to ensure that for both the elements we have to provide same modulus of elasticity. If different is there, then we need to do it some separate way. Okay, so we'll try to find out next time alternative way to do it. Maybe I can think about some array logic. You could use it. You can also try on your own using array logic. But generally, if you use object oriented, absolutely no issue. Every object will have its own modulus of elasticity. Okay. So it's like having 100 rupees in your pocket. So everybody's pocket is different, but everybody have a say 100 rupees. So sigma I. So I have E. B is 1 by LE. So again this is the problem, length of the element. All the elements should have same the length. Later on I will also show you how to calculate this. So E, B and Q I want, na? So B is 1 by LE, minus 1 1, that is always clear, and Q I am not aware of. Okay, so what I could do, best way, I cut this, okay, and paste it here, and at the same time I create a sigma. So sigma of I is equal to E, B is 1 by LE, okay, and that is minus 1 1, so I am not aware. Okay, so now by default sigma I contains E by LE. Okay, now what else I have to multiply? Minus 1 1 and Q1 Q2, that is what is the thing only I have multiplied. So every sigma by default this value it contains, so that is also we have take all the problem. Okay, so minus 1 1, so that I could say it is Q2 minus Q1, so that is the multiplication sigma I. So previous value of sigma I, that means it contains E by LE, E by LE, it already there, and then into Q2 minus Q1. Okay, so Q of, it is capital Q, Q of what? This is 0, so I plus 1 represents Q2, and Q of I represents Q1, and when I changes, so this becomes Q2, this becomes Q1, this becomes Q3, this becomes Q4. So always I am going to get this. So in this way I am going to get the sigma. Okay, so just let me know whether you got the understanding of sigma. If you yes, so type sigma U. So somebody did post a message at line 73 should be k n minus 1 n minus 1 73. Yes, it is n minus 1, absolutely correct, because I am starting from 0 and it will go up to n. Absolutely correct. Okay, great work. Thanks, Shreyas. Okay, so because I am starting from 0, so it will never go to n, so it is always less by 1. Okay, So just let me know whether you understood the concept of sigma or not. If yes, type sigma u. If you did not got it, just let me know, I will explain again. Okay, so whatever we are investing a time, we should get a full benefited out of this. अगर ये समझ में नहीं आता तो कोई मतलब नहीं है पढ़ने में. हाँ, समझ में आता है तो ही बैठो, और नहीं आता तो पूछो क्वेश्चन. चलो एवरीवन. How many are there? 32. Okay, so I just hit save and I maybe reload it. Okay, enter number of node 3, first area 100, modulus of let's say 2e5, length is 200, area is 50, e is 2e5, length is again 200. First is fixed, second is free, force at node 0 is 0, node 1 0, and at node 2 it is 5000. Okay, so this is what I have displayed Q. So I did not log the console as sigma, so I could check sigma. Okay, so sigma is 50 MPa and 100 MPa obviously. Okay, so if I am applying a force of 5000 Newton and first area of cross section is 100, so my sigma will be 5000 divided by 100, that comes to be 50. Second cross sectional area is my 50 mm square. I apply a force of 5000, so 5000 divided by 50 is 100, so sigma is coming 100. Okay, so that's how simple it is. So you could see how many lines we have written with the help of simple logic. These many lines. Okay, I don't know how many lines are there, so maybe it be 50 started and we have gone to 100, so 50 lines we have written. Okay, so one line per 1 minute with the explanation full. Okay, so can you do it on your own? Just that's the question. So I may give you a screenshot right from here. You can take the screenshot of this. So if you can do it on your own, say I can. Or if you can't, so I can't. Nothing wrong in saying that I can't do it. Okay, for this I need a reply from everyone. Huh? All 32. You can say I can't. I will happily accept. You can also say I can. Okay, you can take the screenshot Still few of you are in dilemma what to say. So you can take the screenshot of this. It's very simple. We have done, see, if we are aware of full procedure, writing a program where is very easy task. Okay, nothing else. We are converting our procedure, whatever the procedure we write in English language, instead of that we are writing in form of JavaScript, nothing else. It's a conversion. Okay, and therefore you should be fundamentally strong in mechanical engineering. Programming language is something like you could learn it in 2 days or 3 days, not more than that. So you could take the screenshot of this, and finally this.